Everybody, it's Friday night. I hope that you are feeling all right. I hope that you're good. I hope that you're happy. I hope that you are not sad and sappy because it's Friday night. I love you. I want to know, how are you? Are you good? Are you bad? Are you up or are you sad? I don't want no sad. No sad. Hi. Let's not be sad. Let's not be I mean, if you're sad, you're sad. But hopefully I can make you happy. Dude, look at my hair. I know I had to curl it because here's the reason. I had to curl it because I didn't feel like straightening it because this is a lot. Like there's a video on here. It's a test video I did a couple of weeks ago. It feels like it was yesterday. And my hair was out to here, and that is my hair. That is my hair. So I said, "You know what? It's just easier to put a curling iron to it, to go into the waves and just make them a little curly and just go with it because I would have been late. I would have been really late, and you don't want that. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Scott. Hi, Cindy. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hi. How are you? It's Friday. You know what song I was just listening to? Hi, Tanya. Hi, Elise. Betty Davis Eyes by Kim Carnes. Raise your hand if you love that song. Great song. Great song. It's just a good one. So it's Friday and I cannot believe that finally we got a nice warm day. It wasn't hot. Hi, Julie. All right, let's see. Let's see. Julie. Hello, Kiki. Julie, that's Candy. Is that Candy? And everybody else, okay, now I got you taken care of. Now I'm going to listen to Kiki. Hi, Patty Taylor. Hi, Rhonda. Let's go. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, what I was going to say is that finally we got a nicest type of day that it was warm outside and I could, do some yard work. And can I tell you, my toes hurt. I know. Like, what is that? What does that even mean? And I think I know why, because I was digging holes. I was transplanting daylilies. And, we have a dust bowl in the front of our house. And I said, you know what? If it is going to be the last thing I do, I am going to make this look halfway decent. So I said, listen, self, you got to transplant some daylilies because they were overtaking an area. And Al planted 2 plants for my birthday, climbing hydrangeas. They're really pretty. But on one side, there are a whole bunch of daylilies covering up the hydrangea. I'm like, I got to move those. So I moved them to the front of the house in the dust bowl. And I think it's good once they start taking root, it's going to look pretty good. I think it's going to be all right. And my best buddy, Michelle, she goes, you know what? Because she's a good eye. She's like, and her yard is so freaking nice. It's beautiful. I try. I try to be creative. I can be creative like with this stuff, but when it comes to hands-on things, I don't know, man. I don't ask me to draw something because I can't. So she says, you got to do clusters. So I tried doing clusters of daylilies. And let me tell you, I think it's working. Once they take hold, it's going to be good. I promise. Not that you care, but you do. Some of you care. Some of you do care about, plantings and stuff like that. Hi. So is there anyone I missed? Oh, hi, Candy. So Candy is Julie, everybody, just so you know. She's got an alter ego. I can't keep up with your screen names, Candy. One day you're one person, one day you're another. I don't know who you, but today, everybody, Candy is Julie. So just know that. All right. So Candy said she's down with it. So Julie is down with it. Janice, hello. Janice Alexander from Alabama. Janice Alexander from Alabama. Let's go. Everybody say hi, Janice. And Kathy Waddle is here as Let's Get Creative. I can't be creative. I mean, I could, just not like in that paper drawing type of way. It's wrong. So that's weird, Kathy Waddle. I don't get it. It's strange, right? So, okay, I'm going to do a cheers because it's Friday. Cheers, everybody. And happy Friday. I will tell you this is my second glass of prosecco. I know, don't judge me, but if you want to, go ahead. Because I made steak tips for dinner with corn and asparagus, and a glass of prosecco just went really good with that. And you know what? It made my toes not hurt anymore after digging up those and transplanting those daylilies. Holy macaroni! And I have a lot of things that I can move around in my yard, and I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to transplant some things. You know, daylilies are just one of those plants and hospices that you can just dig up at any time of the year, move them, and they're still gonna live. They're still like, "Yo, I'm just still gonna look good." I wish that could happen to my body, but it's not. So, let's see what's going on. Did I miss anyone? Sierra Scott. Everybody say hi to Sierra Scott from Indiana. Sierra Scott from Indiana. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Everybody say, "Hey, hey, hey." So, also, guys, I started another channel and I'm liking what I'm seeing over there. It's called the Kiki Room, and I have it linked in the community thing. And actually, I'm having fun because I get to do different stuff. And I will be putting up a video, and excuse my hair. Okay. I haven't put it up yet. I filmed it. I was planting stuff. I literally just threw my crazy hair in a ponytail. I look like a crazy person, but I was out there digging. And so go over there. That's a lot of vlogging. And, I'm wondering if maybe a couple of you are here from there, from that channel, because I've been talking about this channel on that channel, and I'm talking about that channel on this channel, and it's fun. I can keep them separate. You know what I mean? Like here, we're talking about entertainment and music news, and over there, it's like just personal vlogging and what I'm doing in my personal life. And I kind of like doing that. It's really fun to me. I don't know why. Like the last video I just posted was the yard sale we had. Oh gosh, I think it was about a month ago. But I had all this footage and I'm like, I gotta get this video up. And it's doing pretty well. So go on over there and it's just kind of cool. So let's see. Oh, thank you, Patty. Patty likes Kiki Room too. Thank you so much. And thank you, Nancy. I appreciate it. And Julie said Candy, there's nothing wrong with your hair. Stop, just stop. Well, can I just tell you though, when I get out of the shower and my hair starts to dry, and now that it's getting warmer, and I am thankful for that. I am all over the warm weather. I love it. I'm not complaining one shred, but my hair, and I think it's something, even gentlemen here, tell me if I'm wrong, but our hair changes as we get older. My hair was never this wavy in my life. Literally, if I got out of the shower, dry and just let it air dried, my hair, it wouldn't be ringlets, but it would be so wavy. My hair was never ever like that ever. Ever. And if I just put product in it and let it dry like that, it would be so wavy. But once I have to dry it because it's crazy. It just looks craziness. So when I dry it, it gets frizzy and it expands, literally expands. So Candy said, yes, our hair does change when we get older, but also humidity can be a main factor. And if you have the kind of humidity that Florida has, then yes, you want to use BioSilk. Thank you, Candy. And it's true. The humidity can do a number. It wasn't humid here today. Excuse me. That was a Prosecco burp, but it was warm. But I think it's just my hair. And cheers to Roberta, everybody. Give a big cheers to Roberta. Oh my gosh, she made me the best cookies. Oh, let's talk about those for a second. I think Roberta should sell her cookies. Now that sounded weird, but I do think she could sell her cookies. That sounds really strange, and make money because Roberta brings us cookies every Christmas Eve, and it's so awesome, and I look forward to them now. Like, I love it. But she makes the little trees, the little green Christmas trees. Those are my favorite. I love all of the cookies she makes, but those are my favorite. So she made the Christmas trees, but their flowers, they're pretty much gone. I think there's 2 left now. So she brought those over. My gosh, was that Wednesday? It was Wednesday, 2 days ago. And they are so delicious. So I don't know, everybody, if you wanna buy Roberta's cookies, let her know in the comments because she might let you. I don't know. It might be a thing. I think she's I think she should sell her cookies. So, let's see. Nancy says, "I hate the humidity." Oh, you can't see me? Can everybody else see me? Everybody, can you see me? Can you see me? Maybe you have to log off and log back on, Roberta. I don't know. That's crazy. Hi, Carol Jean. Carol Jean says, "Hello, everyone. My daughter, hubby, and kids are flying in from Texas to live with us. They got transferred. Twins due in 8 weeks, but will come earlier." Holy moly. Okay, Rhonda can see me. Nancy can see me. Candy says, "Yes, I can see you." Okay. So maybe Roberta, you need to shut down and click back up. So Janice says, "What about our Steve Perry making some new music and maybe going on tour? Excited for him and everyone that loves him." We love Steve Perry here. Steve Perry, we'll talk about him in a bit, but he is our God. He is our man, our king, our savior. Is that wrong? No. It's really not. But yeah, we'll talk about him in just a bit. So Kathy Waddle can see me too, and Sierra can see me. And Sierra. So Sierra Scott, let's talk about the name Sierra for a second. We are having our first close by grandchild any minute. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen within the next week. That's what my gut and instinct is telling me. Kendra's not due until June 1st. I don't think that's really true. I think it's going to happen before then. And her name's going to be Sienna, not Sierra, but Sienna. So it's just so close. And I thought that's just like, isn't that, and people make fun of people saying, oh, they think everything's a sign, but that's a sign. Sierra Scott, I haven't seen you here before. And it's just, our granddaughter's name is going to be Sienna. So I just think that's really cool. And it's a sign that my intuition is probably correct, that she's going to be here really, really, well, she's going to be here really soon anyway, but I think it's going to be by next weekend. I do. So we're pretty dang excited about that. And okay, so Kathy Waddle says, Etta can see you. She's on my lap. And that's another thing, right? So Kathy Waddle, who is AKA Let's Get Creative, she has a cat named Etta. My mother's name was Etta. And whenever Kathy said that about her cat, that was her name, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's my mom's name. So I feel like my mom's here every time Kathy Waddle's here. Isn't that funny? Like, that's just crazy. And I do believe in signs. I do. I don't know. I just do. My mom's always around and my dad too. And Talise said, Kiki, Dabney Coleman died at 92. No, was he 92? Where is the time going, peeps? Where is the time going? So our friend Roger Earl from Foghat, iconic drummer, founder of Foghat, we just got to see him and the guys last weekend. Such a fun show. They are all over the place, kids. Foghat comes to a casino or a venue near you. I highly, highly suggest you go to the show. It's always a great time. You're not going to sit down. Like, no one was well, there were a couple people sitting. I'm like, why are you sitting? You need to be standing and dancing. I stood and danced the whole time. I was on the monitor. It's just so fun. They're a great group of guys and their music is just super fun. There's no other way to explain it. So he just turned 78. And we just want to say happy birthday to Mr. Roger Earl. And you know what? He looks amazing. He said to me, he goes, you know what? I'm just taking care of myself and I'm having a great time doing what I'm doing. Yeah. He is up there drumming away. He's got muscles. Like, it's unbelievable. And he literally doesn't stop for 2 hours. So if you are not a member of the Foghat page, go over, follow Foghat wherever they're on every platform, and go and wish Roger Earl a happy birthday. It was yesterday, but he'll love it. He'll love it. And let's see. Hi, Suzanne. Hi from stormy Western PA. Let me tell you. And Patty says, thank you for the Foghat IG lives. You are very welcome. So fun. And Suzanne said, hi from stormy Western PA. It's been cloudy today. We've had clouds just kind of hovering, and then the sun will go, hey, yo, what's up? And then the clouds come again, and it's supposed to possibly rain tomorrow. Let me tell you, what Saturday is for me, kids. What is Saturday? What is Saturday for Kiki? Whoop, whoop. It's yard sale day, and there are a million of them tomorrow. Literally just popping out of the woodwork. I will be picking my buddy Sue up at 10 minutes to 6 a.m. Now, let me just tell you. So last Saturday, we left. I was in her driveway, maybe at 9 of 6 a.m. So 5:51. And she was waiting. She was waiting right there for me. And at the end of the day, she goes, "You know what? Good thing we left when we did." I know, because some of you probably say, "You are out of your flipping mind." And people will say that. "You're out of your flipping mind leaving that early." No. If we didn't leave that early, we would have gotten nothing. Nothing. I'm telling you, the people that were crawling in these yard sales last weekend and all over it, and the competition was just insane. It is raw and real out there, guys. Let me tell you. What did I get? I got microphones that echo. I said, "Let me bring one in." I said, "Oh, let me not." And what else I got? I got a lot of pants. I know. And on my other channel, at Kiki Room, I talk about how I have a pants problem. I've talked about it a couple of times. I have a pants problem, and I'm probably going to do a video with all the pants I have, because I have a lot of pants. I have a lot of pants. I have a real severe problem getting rid of pants, because I feel like they're so hard to replace. Pants are not easy. Ladies, tell me you know what I'm talking about. Please back me up on this one. When you get a good pair of pants and they fit you, you just don't want to let go. It's like, if you're on the Titanic and you're holding on for dear life. You don't want to let go of those pants. You just want to hold on to them and make sure they're in your life forever and ever, unless they have holes in them. Well, but sometimes pants are supposed to have holes, and it's called the distressed look. So Patty says, "Our garage sales in my area don't start until 9. Patty, listen, that's a lie. They say 9, they're lying. You can show up at 8, and you know what? They'll probably let you in. Just a tip. Just a tip. But see, we have a lot starting at 7 tomorrow. So they're going to be out setting up anyway. They're going to be out there. And we are going to be the early birds who catch the proverbial worm. I saw a lot of worms today, and I was very thankful for them. I'm like, "Mr. Wormy, come on in my hole." That sounded very bad, but I meant my daylily hole. Come on in there. I'm going to put you in my hole, and I'm going to cover you up, give you some water, and you just do what you got to do in that in that hole. It sounds so bad. But I'm thankful for the worms. I don't kill the worms. I don't throw them away. I just they go in and they do what they got to do in there. I don't know what they do, but they do something. They poop. I know that worms do poop. I've seen that. I haven't seen that, but I've read about it. And let's see. So Tanya said, "So tough to find pants that fit. I can relate." Thank you. Thank you, Tanya. Because Al's like, the pants section in your closet is really a problem. And now with the new pants that I brought in last weekend, they're like this, and I can't even hang them up because they have no room. I know. Is there is there a name for that if you have a pants problem? Like if you're afraid of spiders, isn't it called arachnophobia? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. But I'm thinking, if you have a lot of pants, pantsophobia, pantsonophobia, something. It's got to be called something. Oh, there's Candy. Candy's not Julie anymore. "Don't forget your purses. I just sold a bunch of stuff on Marketplace just to get rid of it. I'm not a hoarder, but I've lived here for 19 years, so things accumulate." It's true. It's true. Purses are good. And Hallie said, "Kiki, I won the New York Script Awards for Best Screenplay regarding Bogey and Bacall." Well, congratulations to you, Halise. Everybody say congratulations to Halise. Whoop, whoop. That is awesome. Good for you. And, going back to, well, Carol Jean says, "Yes, show up early." You got to show up early to yard sales. Patty, you're so sweet and so nice. You got to just you got to put on mean Patty face. Not really mean, because you don't want to be mean, but you got to be like, all right, let's say bold Patty face. And you got to say, Like, be bold. And then what you do is you go in and go, "Oh, hi. Oh, I didn't know. Did it start at 9? Oh, wait, it's 8 o'clock. Do you mind if I look around? Just thank you. Oh, I like your shoes. Oh, look, your hat is amazing. I love it." And then you just saunter. And then they're always like, "Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Look around. Nothing's priced yet, but go ahead and look." You know what I mean? You got to do the reverse psychology. And it usually works. Sometimes, though, I will tell you, it backfires. I will never forget one time, and Sue can back me up on this one. I'll never forget it. We did that. We did that, and the lady's like, "No, you cannot look at any of that." Like, she was just, "Get out of my yard." And it's like there were other people there too. It wasn't like it was just us. There were 3 other people there, like, scooching through boxes, and she was mad. And I won't go back. Like, I know the house. I'm not going back. And let's see. So Patty says, "Maybe I'll try going early tomorrow. I'll saunter." You saunter. And you're so nice, Patty, and you have such a nice demeanor. No one's going to say no to you. They're just not. You're like, "Oh," like, it's a whole game. It's a whole mental game. Like, you just get out of your car all nice and say, "Hi," like, you be all nice, like, walk in with a smile. You know what I mean? Because if you walk in all angry, like, "Ah," like, "I hate everything in your yard." Like, no, you can't do that. You got to be all, "Wow, hi," but don't be too excited because then they'll price everything up. You know what I mean? So you got it's a balance. You got to just have the balance down, and you just, "Hi, how are you today? Beautiful day. What a great day for a yard sale." And, "Oh, do you mind if I just walk around?" "Well, the yard sale's not till 9 o'clock, and it's 8. Is it? Oh, oh, my watch must have stopped working. Oh, I'm so do you do you mind if I just walk around a little bit? Just look and see what you got?" "Yeah, it's all right. Come on in." And then I'm telling you, it's good. Just do that. Just do that. Roberta's back. Okay, Roberta can see us now. Thank you so much. That's great. We're so glad you can see us. "I can see clearly now. The rain is gone." Everybody, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, but I don't want it to. "I can see all obstacles in my way." All right. So, Eunice, thanks for showing up, because now this is what Eunice does. Every time the live is over, she'll put a message. "Did I miss it?" Yeah, it was 2 hours ago. So so we're glad you were able to join in, Eunice. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And let's see. Suzanne says she agrees. I don't Is it the pants you agree with? The pants are tough. I'm hoping that's what you agree with. And let's see. So Kathy Waddle said, "My twin cats, Charlie and Jackie O, are 6 years old today. Can you sing happy birthday to them?" How do you sing happy birthday to cats? But let's figure it out. "Happy birthday to you. Meow. Happy birthday to you. Meow, meow. Happy birthday, dear Charlie and Jackie. Oh, meow, 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 meow. Happy birthday. Hope you get all the little Skittles in the world that you love, and treats and fish to you. Happy birthday. Meow, 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 meow. Charlie and Jackie O. 6 years old. Little kitty cats. I've never sang to someone else's cats before. I sing to my cat, Mittens. She loves it. She really does. And yes, we know, Eunice. It's amazing. Oh, the pants, Suzanne. Thank you for clarifying. I like it. And so Kathy Waddle said Jackie O heard me. Good. That's great. I hope that Jackie O and Charlie are happy, and I hope you got them some fish fillets or something. I've been getting Mittens, little like they're little tuna fish fillets, and she loves it. She'll throw it up, but it's fine. She's 18. So I'm just letting her live her best life, and whenever she wants, she can have it. I'm just telling you. Oh, she ran. That's not even. Al is he's not here at the moment, but you know what? He's listening. So everybody, you can say hi to him, and I'll tell him you said hi. That's so funny. She ran. And I ran so far away. Everybody, I have shorts on. I'm just letting you know. I had sweatpants on. I was sweating up a storm. I said, I can't. I cannot wear sweat. Like I was dying. So I had to put shorts on and I have a short sleeve shirt on. So how's the fishing? He's loving fishing. He's very excited about fishing. He's all excited because he says, you know what? It rained a lot and he's hoping to catch it, but he throws them back. Like he doesn't, we don't keep the fish. I mean, if we had to, like if there was a world event where we had to eat them, it would probably be all right because there's no motorboats in our pond. So, I mean, in terms of pollution and pollutionized fish, I don't think it would be that bad. Right? I don't think about it. I mean, fishes in the bay, you got all kinds of things like floating around in the bay. You got tankers, you got motorboats, you got jet skis, you got this, you got that. Our pond, there's nothing. Like there's nothing going on. We take our paddle boat out, but that doesn't use or require any gas or anything. So I don't think it would be a problem eating those. We don't do that. I'm just letting you know. What do we have in our pond? I think we have seen pickerel long time ago, but I don't think I'd want to eat one of those because they're scary looking. Like they have big teeth and stuff. We have a lot of sunfish. We have bass. We do have bass. But I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna because then they look at you and, like, I don't wanna eat something that's already, like, looked at me in the eyes. Like, I can't do I no. Listen, if the world was shutting down and there was nothing available, what am I gonna do? I'll eat the fish. You know what I mean? One fish a day, we'll figure it out. So, Squat says, "Word of the day, pollutionized." Thank you. Do you like that? I hope you like that word. I think it's a good one. I really do. And let's see, I hope I get to see Steve. We all hope we get to see Steve, we'll see. And Tanya says, I loved fishing as a kid. I was a terrible fisher person because I scream. Like if I catch a fish, like, oh, I caught something. And then I got to make sure it gets off the hook properly and nothing happens to it. So normally it doesn't. No, normally it's fine. But and Eunice says I don't eat fish at all. I like fish to be honest. You know, I love salmon. That's my favorite. And shrimp. All right, what are shrimp? Are they considered fish or are they considered what are they considered? To just shrimp? Like they're shrimp, but what are they? Are they what are they? I was just gonna say are they mammals? Like what are they? What are shrimp? They're fish, right? Because they walk around the bottom of the ocean with their little feety things, but I buy them frozen, so I don't have to worry about anybody looking at me or anything. I don't have to worry about it. Market basket frozen shrimp, shut up, so good. See, they're seafood, they're shrimp, but are they fish? Like, what do they do? Crustaceans. They're crustaceans, but are they fish? Crabs are crabs. So, like, do we just call shrimp crustaceans? I don't know. See, a mollusk? Good point, Tanya. Shellfish, I like it. We'll go with shellfish. So they're fish, but they have shells on them. Okay. We'll go with that one. And Elise says, I think I'm going back to fishing once I become an empty nester. Empty nesting. We got to talk about that. We don't have to talk about it right now, but isn't it the weirdest effing thing? Like, is it not? Because there are times I still feel like kids are going to run through my door and nothing. I get nothing. I don't even get a visitor. Well, I had a visitor 2 days ago, Roberta and Margaret, which was fabulous. And Roberta brought me cookies and Margaret brought me cheese. So it was great. I loved that. And Eunice said scallops roll. But yeah, so like I'm just telling you, hey Michelle, how are you? Waiting for my cat to pounce on my keyboard. She is ready. Well, let's hope not, because they can do damage. Mittens will tap my keys too, and she can do some damage. But yeah, the whole empty nesting thing, it's so strange, isn't it? Because you live so long raising your kids and doing this dance and sports and the friends coming over and the proms and oh my gosh, so many proms I had here, after party for prom and then breakfast for the prom. Like, oh my gosh, it was so fun. It was so fun. But, and then that all just goes away and it's like, but you know what? We said we're just going to live our lives now. We just have to get to that place where we're just saying, you know what? We're just having fun. Just me and you. We're just having a good time. And we are having a good time. We're having a good time. And Elise said after 5 kids, OMG. Hi, Michelle. I know, right? It's a lot. It's a lot. So let's do some news, kids. Let's just go in and see what's going on. So Paul McCartney, and I thought this was pretty interesting. He is Britain's first billionaire musician. What? What? Isn't that crazy? Paul McCartney to be worth £1 billion, or what is the equivalent to 1.27 billion US dollars. Yes, that's what the Beatles are estimated to be worth, over $1 billion. And according to the Sunday Times annual Rich List, I don't think I'll ever be on that, but you never know. McCartney and his wife, Nancy Shevels, net worth sits at £1 billion, equivalent to 1.27 billions. And Paul's 2023 Got Back tour and Beyonce covering the Beatles' Blackbird, oh, I didn't know that, on her Cowboy Carter album, contributed to his rise in revenue. What? So, yeah, Beyonce did this cowboy album, which I haven't heard a thing. I'm it's just not my thing. Um, However, I have been listening to some Jelly Roll a little more than usual lately. I like him. I like his music because it's so real and in depth. Like, I like Jelly Roll. If you guys haven't heard Jelly Roll's story, there is a documentary on Hulu about him. He's just freaking awesome. And his music is just real and raw. And I love that guy. I love his music. So, yeah, Beyonce put out this country cowboy western thingy album, and it like blew away the charts and stuff. And I didn't know she covered a freaking Beatles song. Well, hello, Kitty. Oh my goodness, isn't that crazy? I didn't know. Maybe you guys know. Why am I itchy? So the Beatles also released Now and Then in November, and it skyrocketed to the top of the music charts in the US, the UK, and other countries. And let's see. So they're saying that 50 million pounds of the couple's net worth is contributed to Paul's wife, Nancy, who is the daughter. Like, who is this? I don't even know who this is. Who is the daughter of the late U.S. trucking tycoon Mike Shevel. And in 2020, Forbes put Paul McCartney among the highest earning celebrities in the world, ranking at number 91, tied with Oprah Winfrey, boxer Canelo Alvarez, and NBA player Damian Lillard. I don't even know who these people are. I know who Oprah is. So in 2019, Paul earned $37 million and grossed more than $100 million on his solo shows. Like, that's not, like, can you just imagine that? That's crazy. Holy macaroni. So yeah. The Beatles, though, man, they were the trailblazers. The trailblazers. And when the Beatles broke up, Paul was the first Beatle to release a solo album called McCartney in 1970. And Paul has released 17 studio albums. And his most recent album was Egypt Station. I remember talking about that back in 2018. It feels like that was just yesterday. It's so crazy. And Paul, besides the whole music thing, making money from that, he owns a company called MPL Communications, which he founded in 1969. And it's a music publishing company, and it controls the rights to more than 25,000 songs. Who knew? I did not know Paul McCartney also has a publishing company that owns music. Dude, that is, if you could own some music, dude, you can make some cash. This is where the money's at. That's why people keep buying up music catalogs, because they're making so much money buying music. It's crazy. And MPL owns McCartney's songs from after his time with the Beatles, as well as songs by Buddy Holly, Fats Waller, and Bessie Smith. So right now, Paul is ranked number 165 out of the richest people in the UK. And Gopi Hinduja, I don't know who that is, and his family took the number one spot and are estimated to be worth about 37 billion pounds. That's nuts, dude. Like, what do you do to make all that money? I always say that, like, if we go buy a really like nice mansion or like the yard sales we went to last weekend. Oh my gosh. Like one of the houses I got all the pants at. Holy macaroni. Like, dude, these houses were fire. Like hot. So nice. Big, beautiful, and like really just pretty rich. And you just go, what do they do? Like, I just need to know. How do they make all their money? Dang. But, good, like super nice people, super nice people. And they were really sweet. And not one of them I could say, oh, you're such a snot. Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes people, they act like they're above you, but no, these people are wicked cool and they have lots of money. Like just because of the place. And like when Al and I drive through these neighborhoods, or Sue and I, mostly Sue and I, and we see these humongous homes and we go, what do these people do for a living? What do they do for a living? I want to know. Because I want to do that. But maybe I won't like doing that. I don't know. But like we think about, then we start tallying everything up. Oh my gosh, they must be spending like 20 grand a year in taxes. Just that alone. Imagine, right? 20 grand a year in taxes. That's what some people pay for rent. Like this is just for taxes. That's not including utilities or if they still have a mortgage. Oh my goodness. Ho, ho, ho. Santa must like going to those houses. But, and then, so my friend Sue said, I have to watch this movie called The Beekeeper because I've told you about her friend, right? Woman, why am I so dang itchy in that one nostril? I don't like it. So, a friend of hers, such a sad story, and Roberta knows the story, lost everything because of a scammer, because of an online scammer, romance scam. And literally the woman was on the top of her game, professional, literally had it all, house paid off, everything, everything. It was all set up financially and stuff. And someone just came in, I love you. I want to marry you. Never met the person, never saw the person, never FaceTime with the person. They took all our money. So there's a movie Sue told me about called The Beekeeper. I can't watch it because it's not on any of the, I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying. I'm not. I pay for enough. I pay for Hulu and I pay for Netflix. I'm not paying for another thing. No, I'm not. So I would have to pay for it. I'm like, I'm not. But it's about scammers. And yesterday I was listening to something. And this is where I tell you guys, you got to be careful. I guess a lot of these romance scammers, they target older people because they figure older people's homes are more than likely paid off. This woman's house was all paid off. She refinanced it. It's it's just crazy. And I'm like, who thinks of these things? Who thinks of these conniving things? But you got to be careful. You just have to be careful. And it just makes me so sad because she's such a nice person. But these things happen, guys. They really do. Sylvia, what's going on? Hey, Kiki, have a wonderful weekend. You too, Sylvia. So nice to see you. And let's see. Candy said his wife, Barbara Bach, and Shelley Long started in the movie with Ringo, and that came out, I think, in the early 90s. I want to know that one. Cheers, Michelle. The movie Caveman. I have not seen that starring Ringo Starr. That's been a long time. Gina Thomas, Gina, Hugs to Gina, hugs to Patty too. Everybody, these ladies need extra special hugs right now. Gina and Patty. That kiss sounded weird. Didn't that sound like strange? Did that sound better? Good. Let's see. Caveman Kiki the movie is Caveman with Ringo Starr. Yeah, I remember that. I just never saw it. And Gina says, "Hi, Susanna. Hugs and love to you all. You're so cute, Gina. You're just so cute. Cheers to you, Gina. Cheers, cheers, cheers." So, what else is going on with everybody? Are you guys out? Out and about doing it? Like, this is what Al says to me. He goes, no one's going to be on tonight." I said, "Well, why?" He said, "Well, because it's nice out and people are going to be doing stuff." I said, "Well, and that's fine because you know what? A lot of people watch this live later, to be honest. A lot of you who are here, and I appreciate that so much. But then I've got people who do watch the live later because they can't be here now. And it's true. Like, so do you guys, like, are you going to be doing a lot of stuff in the summer at night? Do you anticipate going to the beach later on in the day? Like, I anticipate going to the beach this year. We are going to go because we haven't been in a long time. And I said, this year we just have to do it. But I think we're going to do early morning beach time and then leave by like noonish before it gets way too, because it's just too hot. You know what I mean? And I don't want to fry like a French fry. Like I eat fries. I don't want to be a fry. So I think we're going to do that. But then a lot of people like to go later in the day. The only problem with going later in the day in Rhode Island, there's so much traffic going to the beach later in the day. Like if you go early in the morning, chances are you're hitting no traffic. Going to the beach in the afternoon, oh my gosh, like everybody has nowhere else to go in the state of Rhode Island but to the beach, and that's what they do. And there's always traffic. I hate traffic. I will sit in traffic going to Boston. We haven't done that yet this year either, which we want to do. So, like, what do you guys do? Oh, and Patty says, "Thank you, halfway through radiation and doing good." Thank you. So, oh, that's great, Patty. We are so thankful that you're doing good. You and Gina. So that's great. And let's see. Scott says, "Al having great luck fishing." I don't know. Hopefully he is. We'll see. And Michelle says, "Hi, Candy. I was chasing my cat." You guys have a lot of cat things going on. And let's see. And Nancy sends love to Patty and Gina. Absolutely. We're always sending love to Patty and Gina and to all of you too. Candy says, "Hi, Michelle. Well, I hope you caught your cat." And Nancy says, "We will do stuff on the weekends. I'll be working in my garden." Right? I just think this is such a great time of year to just get outside and just, if you have a garden or you can create a little garden for yourself, it's just so relaxing, right? Even if it's not big, it's just nice to get out, get dirty, and I don't know, just being outside and being able to dig and rake. And I don't want to do it all the time though. It hurts too much. Like my back is so bad. That's why the second glass of Prosecco had to happen tonight, because my back is it's screaming at me. Like, stop moving. So I figured, Prosecco, Tylenol, I'll do the Prosecco. I'll do that first. And Kathy Waddle wants everyone to know that she's changing litter boxes and mopping the kitchen floor. So that's like really fascinating. And Michelle says, I scared her. She jumps on my keyboard from a chair near my computer. You guys are so funny. So funny. So, like, what do you guys have planned for the summer, though? Do you have any trips planned? Do you have any day trips planned? We have nothing planned, just being honest. Again, we are going to go to the beach, but we are going to do early morning beach time and then leave midday so then we can get back before it's so roasty. Like, it's just hot. Today, being outside in the afternoon, it was just hot. It was really hot. And then I get exhausted. Bill, what's going on, everybody? Bill Burka's in the house. Burka. Hey, howdy, hey. Hey. Everybody say hey to Bill. All right, let's see what's next on deck. Let's talk about Ben Affleck and J-Lo. I can't. So, first of all, I think it's so hysterical that it's not funny that they're having problems. I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at the fact that there's actually a headline that says Ben Affleck and J Lo have not been photographed together in 47 days. Who's counting these things? Who is doing that? So clearly, paparazzi, there are some paparazzi who are living their lives just photographing Ben and J Lo every single day, which is so insane to me. Like that's a is that a job? Do they get paid for this? I wouldn't do that job. I just can you imagine? And then J-Lo got totally ranked on because at the Met Gala, do you guys watch that? I didn't watch it. It's out there. You can watch it on Hulu. And somebody asked J-Lo, "What are you wearing?" Like all nice and stuff. And she's like, "Scaparelli." And then she just like kept walking and everybody's all, "She's so mean. She's such a bee. She's that." And I'm like, "Well, she told you what she was wearing. What do you want her to do? I mean, just come over and have coffee with you?" I don't know. What do you expect? Like, what do you expect from these people? I was, I was kind of on J-Lo's side for that. I'm like, what do you want her to say? She answered you. It's not like she didn't answer you, but people are ripping her apart. She's such a bee. Oh my gosh, I can't believe she said it like that. What do you want her to do? And she's busy and she can barely move in that dress. Like there was one girl, her gown was so tight, guys had to literally pick her up and put her stair by stair because she couldn't move in her gown. It was that tight. Can you imagine? I wouldn't even be able to breathe. I would be too uncomfortable living like that. I don't know. But yeah, I know who cares. I know, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. We have to talk about it because they're having problems. And you know what? I just feel like JLo's been married a bunch of times. Let's see. They're living separately now while they're both in LA. They were seen together in public on Thursday, May 16th for the first time since March 30th. But a source close to Lopez tells People magazine that Affleck has not been staying at the couple's LA home. He is instead staying at one of their other properties while filming his movie, The Accountant 2. And of course, reps for either one of them are like, we're not talking to anybody. And let's see. Because remember, they were engaged and then they were unengaged. And then she went off with who's that baseball dude? Derek Jeter? Is that the guy? Is that the guy? Because I don't know. I don't know anything about sports. And then she went back with Ben and actually married Ben. But now, like, there's nothing going on. And supposedly, this was going to be forever and ever and ever. Yada, yada, yada. And you knew there was stuff going on because there was something filmed where Ben, I don't know, he opened the door for her and then he slammed it and he walked around the car. So it's like, oh, there's so much trouble in paradise. Roberta says, why get married? It's true. A-Rod. I thought it was Derek Jeter. Alex Rodriguez. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I have no idea. I have no clue about sports people or sports. I know what a baseball looks like. Hallie says they should wear a meat dress at the Met Gala like Lady Gaga did at one of these events. It's true. I think that would cause some attention. And Michelle says it's just been going on for decades between those rich, pretty people. It's true. And Candy says, yes, they get paid to say that stuff, but who cares? I don't care about J-Lo or what his name again. LOL, Ben Affleck. And Michelle says, didn't she marry the singer? What's his name after Ben? Oh, I don't know. What singer? She's had a lot of relationships. Here's the thing. Like, if this marriage doesn't work out, like to me, maybe, just maybe, you should not get married. And maybe be like Goldie Hawn and Kurt, what's his name? Kurt Russell. I mean, they've been together, what, 40 years or something crazy like that. They're not married and they're still very happy together. You don't need to. And I think J-Lo is kind of in that position. Maybe you shouldn't, maybe just not. Maybe just don't do that because it's clearly not working for you. Like whatever it is that's happening, It's not working. So maybe just don't sign at the dotted line because once they get married, right? I don't know. I don't know. I've only been married to Al. But if they get married, isn't there like now, if they end up getting divorced, they got to split assets and stuff like that? Like what? Why? If I don't, I don't know. I don't know. These people are crazy. That's what I'm saying. That's Hollywood, and that's a wrap. Candy says. Egos that big clash. Hallie says. Sierra says they're married, and Tanya said she married Mark Anthony. He is hot. Oh, that was a while ago. Yes, they did get married, right? Because J Lo's had a lot of relationships. I don't know how many times has she been married. She's been married too, but like they've all commingled. Like you don't know, like how many times has she been married? How many? But like it's been a lot, like a lot going on. And then there's that whole J Lo documentary, which I personally would love to see because a lot of people on TikTok are making fun of her. Which I don't want to see it for that, but I want to see what they're talking about. But I can't watch that either because you got to pay for it. I'm not doing it. I don't care if it's $1.99. I'm not paying for it. I'm not. Hi, Laura. What's going on, girl? Mark Anthony. Tell me, pretty. Tell me, baby. And I need to know. I need to know. I need to know. Tell me, baby girl, because I need to know. Mark Anthony. He is hot. He is totally hot. And no, Goldie Hawn is not married to Kurt Russell. They've literally just been living lovers, partners, boyfriend, girlfriend. They're not married. Nope. William Larsh from Canada is in the house. What is going on? Welcome, William Larsh from Canada. Nice to see ya. And I just got to show you something. So I did do an interview with Foghat. I have to edit it, but this was so funny. And Al's got this on my window, so I just have to show you. So this was on the door. I thought this was a riot. When they left, I saw this on the door. I'm like, look at this. Do not enter. Interview in progress. That was so cute. I'm like, oh my God, it's so cute. I thought that was funny. So I got to put that whole thing together. That's taken some time. So next week, that'll be on the channel. And let's see. Gina says they've just been playing house for decades. Yeah, but you know what? They're happy, right? I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I say. And let's see. Candy said maybe she might go back to P. Diddy. Oh, I don't think so. He'll be next once he gets back to the United States. I don't think she'll be going back with P. Diddy. But you know what? What am I saying? Never say never. Never say never. Because who thought she was going to go back with Ben Affleck? Not that I really thought about it, to be quite honest. I just thought it was interesting. I know you guys don't care, but I just find it fascinating. It's like you've been with all these people and clearly your relationships don't last a long time. Like therapy? I don't know. I don't know. Or maybe just be alone for a little bit, just for a second, just to maybe sow your own oats. I don't know. No, I don't think they're married. I don't think, I swear, they're not married. I don't think so. And Candy said, why bother getting married? They have to sign a lot of papers and prenups. That's true. It's so true. And Tanya said, oh no, a horrible video of Diddy abusing Cassie came out today. So awful. That's horrible. Horrible. That's the woman he was with for a decade, right? Yeah, but all right, do I want to go down that road? I didn't see that. So I'm going to go down that road just for a second, though. This is the woman that was with him for a long time, right? I'm going to see that. Let you guys answer me. That's the woman he was with for a decade, and she's suing him, correct? I'm just going to wait for an answer because I don't want to. Oh my gosh, you all saw it. Jeez. I haven't seen, I'm going to have to go look it up. Not that I want to see that, but. So, well, anyway, all right, so I'll move on. But I think that's the woman he was with for a long time. But why is there something on video? I mean, that's terrible. And honestly, if it was going on for that long, I don't know. Okay, thank you. If it was going on for that long, run the other way. Run. I pray to God, you know, I know it can be easy for someone outside looking in, when there's a relationship that way. And I'm sorry if anyone has ever been through that. But, you just please, oh, please, I hope that no one I know has ever had to be through that, because that's just terrible. Terrible, terrible. And well, we're going to talk about Steve in a little bit, I promise you. But I've got other things in my tabs I have to go through. I have to. Let's see. Candy said Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell have been living together since they first met, and that has been many, many years that they have been together. It's so true. It's so true. Yeah, they've been together a long time. So let's go to the next tab, shall we? We'll go to the next tab. And Savannah Gankowitz of Hawaii was crowned Miss USA of 2023 more than a week after the previous title holder resigned for mental health reasons. Did you guys hear about that? I think two people resigned, correct? Two people stepped away. If I'm, from what I remember reading. So Gankowitz was born and raised on the island of Maui. She's a model who leads a female empowerment nonprofit organization, and she was the first runner-up at the pageant last September. Last September? And we're just crowning someone now? Accepted the title on Wednesday during a special coronation. She'll hold the title until August. It's May. What the heck? And Miss USA 2024 is scheduled to take place from July 24th through August 4th. Okay, and Gankowitz said that she received backlash for deciding to take on the remainder of the title's term because I wanted, and this is a quote from her, I wanted people to know that I've taken this title because I feel like it is a responsibility and an opportunity to make a positive change from within, and I can only do that from inside the organization and not standing out. Because, so wasn't someone didn't they hold the title and they said it was awful, so they resigned, and then someone else stepped in and resigned? I don't know, am I getting this wrong? Help me if I am, and it's fine if I am. So Gankowitz replaced former Miss USA Noelia Voigt. I think we talked about this, a former Miss Utah who stepped aside May 6th, citing her mental health. And Voigt thanked her fans and wrote, "Never compromise your physical and mental well-being. Isn't that the truth?" And Uma Sophia Srivastana also resigned her title within days of Voigt's resignation. Okay, Miss Teen USA. Okay, so that's how it worked. Dealing a shock to the Miss Universe organization, which runs both pageants. Srivastana, the former Miss New Jersey Teen USA, wrote in a statement that her personal values no longer fully align with the direction of the organization. What is going on over there? That's what I need to know. Patty says crowned because the other girl stepped down. That's what I had thought I read. It's just it's just crazy. Like, what is going on in our world? Miss USA, Miss Teen USA. It's like I read that one of them said it was a toxic environment. Come on, that's supposed to be like, you're supposed to be helping the community and all of that. And oh my goodness, I can't. Eunice says evil is out there. Isn't that true? We're not evil here though. We're good. We're the good people, right? We are. Let's move through another tab, shall we? David Copperfield. Speaking of evil, now can I tell you something before I look at the tab? So when my daughter was young, gosh, she had to be in her early teens. We did a dance competition. She was in dance. And we went to Vegas, okay, for one of the dance competitions. Like, looking back at all that, the money we spent, oh my goodness. But anyway, whatever. It's neither here nor there. And we went to go see David Copperfield. Can I just tell you, like, he felt creepy. I'm just saying, because he came out into the audience and was scoping out women. Like, you could just tell. And to bring one of them on stage, and his eye, like, he was just kinda creepy to me. Like, I'm not kidding. I've never seen him before, but he was just kinda creepy. And now he is denying 16 women's entirely implausible the S word, misconduct allegations. 16. That's a lot. And there's probably more that haven't even come out. So, attorneys for David Copperfield have denied accusations made by 16 women in a new report, according to the LA Times, alleging decades spanning misconduct and inappropriate behavior. And more than half the women making allegations said that they were teenagers at the time of the alleged incidents. That's disgusting. That's like, come on, dude. Come on. Because how old is he now? I don't even know. But let's read on. And the incidents allegedly range from the late 80s to 2014 and include claims that the magician drugged three women before he had relations with them, to which they felt they were unable to consent. And four of those women alleged they were groped or were made to touch the entertainer in an S way during live performances on stage. What did I just say? I didn't even read that. I swear to you, I had not even read that. That's messed up. It's messed up, dude. Like, who does these things? Oh my gosh. But Copperfield's lawyers said to the LA Times that these allegations are not only completely false, but are entirely implausible. David Copperfield is 67 years old. And he is a champion of the Me Too movement and said that he never acted inappropriately with anyone, let alone anyone underage. They said a truthful depiction of Copperfield would describe his kindness, shyness, and treatment of men and women with respect. But the Las Vegas headliner has been accused of this many, many times throughout the years. And his lawyers say that there are numerous false claims against him. And his lawyers also say that these are a rehash of false statements made in the past. Dang, dude. In fact, his lawyer says, and I quote, David has a record of risking his career to help protect women from powerful predators. Most of these historic accusations have been made before, and all of them are as false now as they were then. And they are requesting that evidence be provided. And these claims have been investigated thoroughly, and it has been found that there is simply no case to answer. Wow. False accusations must stop for it to flourish. David will be considering the position with his legal team and will take such steps as may be appropriate over these false and scurrilous allegations. What's a scurrilous? I never heard of that word. That's a nice one. Scurrilous. So Copperfield, among the first post-Houdini superstar illusionists, was also among several prominent figures named in recently unsealed court documents that were said to have been associated with Jeffrey Epstein. What? Dude. Not looking good. Not looking good. Hey, Deej, what's going on? Wow. Yeah, I was thinking Bill Cosby as well. And what happened to him? Like you don't hear anything about Bill Cosby now, do you? Nothing. Like completely hush hush. Hi, Deej. Did I say hi? Hi. Nancy said, Deej. Nancy. All right, Deej. Let me back that up for a second. Nancy was thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. Mm-mm-mm. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you, baby. I've been thinking about you. All right. So, Candy said, "Let the truth be known that I was in a bad relationship. My ex-husband, 5'8", and I'm 5'1". That is so big. I turned around like too cold him, and I told him, 'Don't let the steel door hit you in the blank.' You go, girl. You go, girl." That's right. So Deja's saying Diddy, and Michelle said Candy ditto. You gotta stand up for yourself. You just do. And Kathy Waddle said they talked about Bill Cosby and Secrets of Playboy. I was trying to watch that and I kept falling asleep. That's the problem with these long documentaries. Oh my gosh, can I tell old people problems? Can I just tell you what happened? This is so wrong. I love Jersey Shore. I have watched it from the very beginning. And I do watch Jersey Shore, Family Vacation. And the other day I'm thinking to myself, well, geez, they haven't been on. Like what, like are they just not filming anymore? What's going on? And then I see a commercial that it's the season finale for Jersey Shore Family Vacation. Like, are you kidding me? I missed an entire season. And I think I know why, because I switched over to Hulu. And that means now I got to do everything all over again, like save my favorites and stuff like that. Well, Jersey Shore. Sorry, everybody. Was it on? Excuse me. I apologize. Al would be so mad at me if he knew I did that. But I'm sure he's listening and he's probably freaking out right now. Sorry. So I forgot to put that in there. And I've been watching it for the past 2 days. It's so good though. And it's so funny how different they are now compared to when they were 16, 17, however old, were they 18? I don't know. But it's just like they're just tireder now, because they all have kids pretty much, most of them married. And it's just fun. Like it's so scripted now, but I just love them. I love all of the Jersey Shore people. And it just is interesting to watch how they used to be and how they are like, yeah, let's go to Nashville. And that they really don't want to, but they have to for the show. Like they'll just like, all right, we'll go on another family trip, but I got to be home with my kids and my husband. I got to cook lasagna. Like they have their own lives. So it's just interesting how it's all transitioned. It really, I don't know if any of you guys watch it, but that's so funny, Candy. So let's go on to the next tab, shall we? So did you guys hear about, all right, Heart is going out with Journey and Def Leppard and Steve Miller and Cheap Trick. They're doing like it's Def Leppard and Journey constant on the stadium tour. But then, Cheap Trick, Heart, Steve Miller, they're rotating, when they're going to be in certain cities. But Heart. So Nancy Wilson, I thought, well, let's talk about Anne first. We're gonna talk about Anne first because I read this the other day. Well, actually, it was last week. And Anne came out to say she hates when people take selfies at shows. Hates it. And here's another thing I'm going to tell you. So we saw Def Leppard, Styx, and Heart years ago at Xfinity Center in Massachusetts. And I went with my daughter. And I swear to you. So my daughter's taking a picture of me. Like, oh, Anna Nancy Wilson. Like they walked out on the stage. When I tell you I cried because I had never seen them. And I was so like honored to even be there in their presence. I was just like, oh my gosh. And I felt like Anne was mad at me. Like I felt like she was giving me the evil eye. Well, guess what? She probably was because she doesn't like selfies or people taking pictures with her as a backdrop. Now, I don't know if you knew, but you're an entertainer and people are going to take pictures and they're going to take a picture of themselves with you in the background. It's just, I have to say though, guys, I will be honest with you. Like if you've noticed the past year or two, when I do go to a show, I don't do as many lives or as many pictures anymore because I'm literally just enjoying the show. I'm just doing that. And the videos I do take are for my own personal thing in case I do an interview in the future or something like that, I have the footage from the show that I can use in the background. Can't use can't use it on YouTube though because it's all copyrighted material and you'll get in trouble. We don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. So I do take stuff for my own personal, use or whatever, but a lot of the times now I'm just enjoying the show and having fun. So let's see what Ann Wilson said. She said she hates selfies at heart shows and particularly ones where fans turn their backs to the stage, and she's annoyed by that. She recently told the Broken Record podcast that when they talked about seeing cell phones at shows, she said it's really distracting when fans turn their backs to the stage and essentially use the band as a photo background. And she said when that happens, you just want to sort of jump out of the way. Okay. So Anne added, to be fair, it's a big night for them and they want to preserve some little memory of it. However, she noted, I'm not a backdrop. And I don't think I don't think fans are looking at her that way. I think it's true. Fans pay a lot of money to go see these shows. These shows are not cheap. They are expensive. You buy a ticket to a concert, you're spending some coin and some additional coin for parking. Parking's not free anymore. Hello? Like, and if you want a hot dog, those are expensive. But I got to tell you, the hot dogs at the Journey show were really good. They were meaty, they were beefy, and I enjoyed them. Expensive, but it was a good hot dog. It was crispy. I liked it. And Anne went on to say, she didn't. She didn't. But they have a whole bunch of shows coming up, like a lot. And actually, they're going to be in Boston on August 5th. So they will be at Fenway Park with Def Leppard and Journey. And damn, boy, Heart has holy moly. They are booked right through December 15th. So Anne and Nancy will be out there. Now, something recent that just came out. Anne was all for it, but Nancy turned down an original lineup Heart reunion. Anne was like, sure, I'll do it. Let's go. But Nancy said she's not interested in doing that. And I guess they've gotten offered big amounts of money to do so. And she's like, nope, not doing it. But there's a whole background with this. So let's see. Is it Heart? Nancy's manager, Dave Frey, said that they had a big offer to perform at Washington's Gorge Amphitheater in celebration of the 50th anniversary of Heart's first album, Dreamboat Annie. But the stipulation of that show was that the entire original lineup of the 1975 version of the band would have to be there. And that original lineup included Anne and Nancy, guitarist Roger Fisher, drummer Michael DeRozier, or Mikhail. What is that? I think that's a misspelling. It's going to be Michael. Bassist Steve Fossen and keyboard player Howard Leese. And the lineup released 4 separate albums together, including their debut Little Queen and Magazine in 1977 and Dog and Butterfly in 1978. Well, according to their manager, Nancy was absolutely uninterested in the prospect. However, Anne was all about it. And Anne even said, we could film a documentary about this whole Heart reunion. So she was all hands on deck. But Nancy said, I don't think you can pay me enough. It's what's the word? It's icky. That's what Nancy said. Icky. And Nancy went on to say that a Heart reunion could carry a lot of unwanted baggage. And she went on to say, and I quote, the thing that fans don't ever consider is the unpleasantness of how the relationships within the band function. If the band split up, there was a reason for that. And let's see. Heart was very successful when they first started, but the band began to unravel relationship wise. Nancy was dating Fisher, and Nancy was dating his brother Michael, ooh, who also happened to be the band's manager at the time. So, yeah, that's a little spicy. Infidelity occurred, the relationships ended, and the Fisher brothers left the band. Well, how do you sit at the Thanksgiving table with that happening? How do you do that? Flings within the band continued after they left, and Heart's OG lineup was over with by 1982. And Nancy's recent comments have put a nail in the coffin of that reunion. And the author went on to say maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. I mean, would anyone, I think people would want to see that, but would anyone, I don't know. I don't know. Scott says it's like a divorce. Don't exes get back together for your enjoyment? I think sometimes, but that's the crazy thing about the world we live in. We don't have to. We don't have to do anything. We can do whatever we want. And that's what it is when we're adults. We can do whatever we want whenever we want. I always say that to Al. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're big people. We don't have to do anything. We can do whatever we want. We have no kids that are pulling us down. We have no one. This one has to be there at this time, and I got to run back to get this one over here at that time, and then go back over here to get that one at that time. There's no more of that. We can do whatever we want. And Kathy Waddle said they should have just done an album like Fleetwood Mac did when everyone was cheating on each other. Yeah, right. And Candy said, I agree with you, Scott, big time. I really do. Why would you want to get back with your ex if you don't get along? And that's crazy. Thank you. I'm getting along the second time around. I doubt it. I don't know. I mean, it's funny how Anne was all about it, though, and Nancy wasn't. So, you think maybe there's still some friction going on between the sisters? I mean, they're doing this tour. I just looked at all the dates they have. Holy moly, they got a lot going on this year. They're doing a lot. A lot. I don't know. All right, let's move on to the next tab, everybody. And I thought this was kind of cool. So Ricky Phillips from Styx, he retired, but not, he's still going to do stuff, he said, but he just doesn't want to tour anymore because it's a lot. He's taking a break from the band. So does that mean he'll eventually go back? We don't know. But right now, Terry Gowan, why does that name sound familiar? Because Lawrence Gowan, the lead singer and keyboard player, well, that's his big brother. Is it his big brother or his little brother? I don't know. But anyway, Lawrence's brother, Terry, is taking over for Ricky Phillips. That's fun. How fun is that? So Terry has played with Lawrence in his previous band called Gowan and has also recorded with Tony Levin, Yes's John Anderson, and Rush's Alex Lifeson. Tommy Shaw said that they're looking forward to introducing Terry to their audience, noting, "Are you ready to rock? We are too. See you soon." I think that's pretty cool. And Styx is going on tour in Canada on Friday. Oh, today, May 17th. So they're on tour tonight. And then we'll return to the States for their Renegades and Jukebox Heroes tour with Foreigner and John Waite. I love John Waite. Did I ever tell you that? I love John Waite. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Becky. I love him. I do. He is just so good. And his voice is ridiculous. Have you heard it? Oh my gosh. He still sounds so on point, that guy. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And that will kick off June 11th in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And you can find out all the dates that Styx, Foreigner, and John Waite are playing on styxworld.com. Oh my gosh. John Waite. Did I ever tell you I like him? I know. Oh, Gina, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah. It goes, anything you guys donate, just so you know, it goes right back into the radio station. We're not buying elaborate things. I'm not buying Louis Vuitton bags with these super stickers, which we thank you so much for. It literally goes into keeping this radio station alive and on the air because it needs that to stay on the air. So we thank you very, very, very much. And let's see. Sierra Scott said drama, drama, drama. And Kathy Waddle said, I will be in the fifth row for Foreigner, Styx, and John Waite. Good for you. That's awesome. And Candy said, well, wasn't an adopted, there might be some friction still going on. I don't know what happened. It doesn't pertain to me, but probably so. I think you're talking about Nancy and Ann. Oh, a lot went on a few years ago. You can read about that. It's a lot. And Candy said, Ricky's going to be gone. Too bad. I liked him. He's great. I think if Terry Gowan is anything like Lawrence, he'll be great. And Gina said, not your chocolate rice cakes. Oh my gosh, I am through a whole bag. So I'm on bag number 2 now. Thanks to Patty Taylor. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They're so good. Oh my gosh. And it's so funny. So Roberta and Margaret were over the other day. And I think it was Roberta that said, it's just so strange how our market basket doesn't have the same stuff that my friend Michelle's market basket has. It's so weird. Like she has been, supplying me with my chocolate rice cakes. And it's so funny because a few weeks ago when I asked her to get me some, she goes, I completely forgot. And Patty sent me a whole box full. So I'm set for a while, which is fantastic. But yeah, that's my morning staple. A chocolate rice cake with peanut butter. Oh my gosh, so good. And let's see. Kathy Waddle said, I bought tickets during concert week. Yeah, you got Donny Osmond for $25 and New Kids on the Block, Paula Abdul and DJ Jazzy Jeff for $25. That's insane. Good for you. I never did that $25 thing, but that's great. I think that's awesome. All right, now moving on. Oh, I'm just lifting my foot up. My foot still hurts from shoveling. It's fine. It feels good. It's sore, but it feels good. It does. It feels good. It feels good being outside doing stuff. Brett Michaels, my Bretty, probably yours too. He is doing such a nice thing for Lou Gramm for Lou's induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame coming up in October. Brett is going to fly him on his private jet to the induction ceremony. Like, how nice is that? And Brett put up something on his Instagram the other day, and he put an arrow, and I think he put a picture of Lou. Lou will be sitting here on the plane on his way to the induction ceremony. He's so excited about it, and I just think that's so, so nice of him to do that. Oh, Patty got Doobie Brothers for $25. That's insane. That's awesome. Doobies are great. So Brett put on his social media 2 weeks ago, and this is from Brett's Instagram. In honor of my friend Lou Gramm's birthday today, I'm making a birthday gift offer for Lou to join me at the arena show just outside Washington, D.C. on September 18th, and then fly him on my plane at no expense, where I personally assure him of delicious snacky treats and beverages, and will personally make sure he's delivered for Foreigner's well-deserved induction into the Rock Hall. I'll talk with you all tomorrow. And he was on the show on SD Rock 105.3. And I mean, I just think it's so cool. And he keeps posting about it. And I love that. That's what I'm saying. Like, Brett, not only is he super hot and adorable and nice and talented and hot and adorable. Oh my gosh. His eyes are just so. All right. Anyway, so he's so cute, but he's just so kind. right? He does a lot. He does a lot for veterans. He always brings vets on stage. He does a lot for animals. He does a lot for the Diabetes Association Foundation. He does so much. Bret Michaels is just he's one of those artists that's constantly giving back. And, that's what makes him so sexy, don't you think? Don't you think? Yeah, it's just too cute. And Deej says the same thing. Yep, I love that about Brett. He's great. Peter Baker. Finding your way down Baker Street. There you go. I know you always come for that. I swear. I swear. You do, don't you? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's free and you already feel it's a good. But oh my, there's a documentary coming out about Amy Winehouse. Is it out yet, or a movie or something? Does anybody know about that? Did you see the trailer for that? I want to see that. I want to see it. It looks really, really good. So Candy said, I saw Pink Floyd like 4 or 5 times for $25 a ticket when David Gilmour and Roger Waters were together. That's crazy. And Dee says, yes, I want to see it. She does her own singing. Like, is it in the theater or is it on Hulu or Netflix or what? Like, help me, because it's a movie, Laura. I want to see it. I want to see it. It looks super, super good. And another sad story. Gosh, dang it. Oh, it's at the movies. So I'll go. Because you know what? They have matinees. Michelle, they say it's a movie. And Laura says it's in the theater. Okay. And Gina says it's Back to Black in theaters. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We're going. That's our homework assignment for next week, everybody. Go to see that movie, because I think it's going to be really good. Really, really good. Okay, let's just talk. Let's just get it on the table now. Let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about. Steve Perry. Laura, it's open. Is it out now? Good, because I'm going to go see that. I do want to see it. So there was a new interview with Rolling Stone magazine. Steve Perry was interviewed for it. And this is what he said. I just signed with a new label. I'm very excited about it, and I'll have an opportunity very soon to work with these very, very musically creative people. I'll probably announce who I signed with very soon. That's about as much as I can say, but I'm excited about that, and I'm working on stuff. Whatever stuff that means, clearly it's got to be music, right? So he was also asked why he didn't tour for Traces back in 2018, and he said, I know I read it because I talked about it and I was all like jazzed up about it. He said he was going to probably do a tour. And he also said for his Christmas album release, and I can see this in my head. He said, and I was so excited about this too. He was contemplating a surprise appearance at like a small nightclub or something, which never happened. And that was when he released his Christmas album. So when he was asked why he didn't tour for Traces, he said, well, it's a long story. Uncle Steve is up in age, and everybody at this age has some aches and pains and things like that. But it's a really good question that I've been asking myself too. He goes on to say, and I quote, it's something that I'm absolutely missing terribly. I can't even tell you how much, but there's been a big soulful reclaiming of this original feeling that I had about singing that I needed to get back to. And I didn't want to go out and just turn the wheel or turn the crank. As far as touring again, I never say never at this point. My life has proven me just that. But I don't know. I don't know if Steve will do a full-fledged tour. That's just my gut feeling. I mean, of course, if he did it, I would go. Of course, oh my gosh, the world would fly upside down. If Steve Perry announced a tour, it would be pandemonium, like literally pandemonium. And I think they would have to have security guards in every aisle because people would be trying to climb over each other to get to him on the stage. Don't you think so? I think the demand and the pent-up frustration from not seeing him on stage for that many years would be that intense that it would be a disaster. I do, in a good way. Maybe not a good way if people are climbing on each other, but I think it would be like a Beatle moment. My own personal opinion. That's what I think. I think people would go berserk. I think I would go berserk. I don't know if I'd be climbing on people, but I think I would. Maybe. It depends. It depends on who's around me. Like if they're annoying me, I might climb on somebody's shoulder. I don't know. I'm just saying. But, you know, I think that Steve Perry, Mr. Steve Perry, can do a tour whenever he wants to. And if he really, 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 really wanted to go on tour, like if he called somebody up right now, it's what, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And he said, listen, so and so, my music person, my manager, whoever you are, I want to go on the road at midnight tonight and I want to do a show at 1 a.m. at a nightclub near my house. You bet your bones they're going to make that happen. So, I mean, Steve Perry can do a tour whenever he wants to. He released an album in 2018 and he did not tour for it. So now it's 18, 19, 20. It's 2 years and then another 4. That's 6 years ago. So 6 years later, maybe he feels great. Who knows? We should be able to feel him to know if he feels great, right? But it's 6 years later, doing a full-fledged tour. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, do I think maybe he could do a couple of really big bang shows? Why not? Sure he can. Of course he can. And, I read the comments about people talking about his voice. He doesn't have a great voice anymore. He can't sing the Journey songs. Oh my gosh, he sounded amazing on the Effect record. I couldn't really hear him, but I don't understand. God love everybody. I think it's a great record with the Affected, but I could barely hear Steve Perry, and I'm not saying anything bad about it. I just can't hear him. So I can't sit here and say, oh my gosh, he sounded great because I couldn't hear him. So but I did hear him a few years ago. Mark McCullough was at that event as well, and a bunch of other Gina Thomas and a bunch of other people. Listen, he sounded amazing, but that was going back. What year was that even in? Help me here. It was a long time ago, but he sounded great, and he was singing just him sitting in a chair singing, and I can vouch for the fact that that man's voice was still beautiful. So. And I've said this to you guys many, 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 many times. I don't think he's lost his voice, but I haven't heard him sing. I haven't heard him on stage or anything like that. Trace's was good. I mean, he sounded great there. His Christmas album, super nice. I have it. Really, really a nice record. Very, very sweet Steve Perry, right? The Effect, he's in the back. So we can hear, you can hear his tone a bit. You can hear a little bit of, he's there, but it's not like he's out in front singing that record. But, we're all going to go to see Steve Perry. If Steve Perry says, I'm going out on the road, the tickets are going to sell out like that. If it were to happen, I just don't know, guys. I really don't, because he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. All he's going to do is pick up the phone and say, make it happen. It hasn't happened yet. So am I hanging on to a hope and a wish? I think it'll be great if something takes place. I just don't think it'll be a full-fledged tour. If it is, good for him. I just don't see, I can't sit here and lie. I just don't think that will happen for him. But if he did a couple of huge shows, why not? Why not? Nobody's going to care. Like, if Steve Perry, like I said before, if he just stood there and said hi, people go, like, oh my gosh, he said hi and he said it to me. Like, they don't care. They don't care. If he just got on the stage, charged for tickets, sat on a stool and talked to us all, nobody would care. We'd still go and say that was fabulous. That was amazing. Because we haven't had any Steve, right? We haven't had live Steve. So I don't think it would matter whatever he could tell bedtime stories for all I care. He could sit there and go la 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 for 3 seconds and I'm still going to buy a ticket and go watch him say la 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 for 3 seconds. I don't care. I love him that much. But I think he would do a little more than that. I do. So let's see what y'all are saying. So, let's see. Candy said, I don't. I'm there for sure. Peter Baker, yes. Suzanne says, yes, you can hear him on the High Kings. Jenny said, they will be super expensive too. I'm still going, right? We're still going to make it happen. Peter said, some shows. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Like, if he were to do some shows, is he going to do a full-fledged tour if that were to happen? No, I don't think so. I really don't, because he doesn't have to. He can literally pick, like, what were those 2 shows that happened a few years ago? The East and the West. I thought that was a fabulous idea. Fleetwood Mac was there, and I always said that. I'm like, if Steve just did 2 of those, like, 1 or maybe even 3, 1 smack dab in the middle of the country, an East Coast, a West Coast, and 1 right in the middle, maybe in Chicago or something like that. It's all he needs to do, because people are going to fly, take planes, trains, and automobiles to get there. I will walk. I might look like crap by the time I get there, but I wouldn't care. Like, I would get there. And Gina said it was September 2019. Isn't that crazy? Like, it seems like it was just so forever ago. Jan Marie, what's going on, girl? And Candy said, I just wish they would have included him in the video, like turning around and walking away. That would have been freaking awesome. I agree. Like, the video, I just thought it was just shadows. Like, I would have liked to have seen the guys. But I know Jonathan Cain's daughter directed it. And, that was a creative choice that they made. And Michelle said, we all would not be able to see him. Too many fans. He can't do it all. Very true. Very true. Peter said he could hum all the tunes and people would be happy. I know. Like literally, we wouldn't care. We wouldn't care. Gina said he could read me the phone book. Do you see what I'm saying? It's so true. Sierra Scott said, but it got his name out there. True, very true. And Halise said Steve Perry could sell out Madison Square Garden. Of course he could. Yeah, no. He could do like Billy Joel did and just, do show after show after show and once a month, and he would sell it out. He could have his own Broadway in Madison Square Garden. Suzanne says, I agree, Gina. And Candy said, yes, Halise, he could, but he won't. He doesn't want to put anybody's life in danger because it would be a pandemic of injuries. You have no idea what people are capable to see, Steve Perry. And Laura said, I would go, absolutely. Jan says, hi. And Candy said, I think Kiki's right. All he has to do is go to a club, but he chooses not to. He doesn't have to. He's a music producer and he enjoys doing that. And let's see. Gina says, hi, Jammarie. Hi, Gina. I would watch him sit and wave at me and be happy, Michelle said. Laura said, maybe he'll sell Steve Perry blankets. Oh, my gosh. And Deej says, I think he misses being out there with Journey after all. You know what? Again, a choice he could have made. And I really, honestly, I'm going back to what I was saying for the 50th anniversary. I really thought in my heart and my soul, I truly believed there was going to be a Steve Perry sighting at one of those shows. I did. Or even 2, because I think it's great. Greg Raleigh was there in Texas and Austin at that show, and I wish I was there. But, and that's iconic in itself. However, 50th anniversary, I really, truly, truly said that would have been the cream on top for that tour, is to have Steve Perry at least at one of the shows. And even if you didn't announce it, I mean, we all would have been super bummed if we weren't at that particular show. But to have Steve at least make an appearance because, such a really 50th anniversary. I mean, Heart's celebrating their 50th anniversary of their first record. It's just such a, do I want to say the word iconic again? That's the only word I can get in my head, but really it's such a special time. It's such a special moment in time to say you've been able to do this for 50 years is crazy. So it would have been super cool. I mean it. And I really, honestly, I'm looking at Steve Augeri right now. He's on my wall. He's right. He's smiling at me right now. And like him, Robert Fleischman. I was just hoping that would have been a thing, but it didn't turn out that way. And I'm sad about it because I think it really would have just given a whole lot more to the door. I'm just saying. But it didn't happen, you know? And Laura says, I didn't think he would do Journey. That ship sailed. I get it. I just thought maybe for the 50th. That's all, you know? And Jan Marie said, I would die if he showed up at my first Journey concert in July, right? And Laura says, I need some Steve Perry on stage. And Peter Baker said, for sure, he's done with Journey. He didn't have to be with Journey, though. Like, he didn't have to be with them. He could have just, like, made an appearance, you know? That's what I was thinking. That was my thought process, but it didn't happen, and it's not going to. Candy said, Jammery, you just nailed it. The only way that Steve would come out on stages without anybody's knowledge as a surprise, that way they wouldn't have so many injuries to see him. Deej says, now he may do his own thing for us. We'll see. I don't think it's going to be a big banger. I don't. But let's think about it this way, guys. So I talked to Ron Wixow. That's an interview I just posted on my channel the other day. Check that out. He was with Cher. He was with Richie Sambora. He was with Lou Gramm and Foreigner before Lou Gramm had his brain surgery. Oh my gosh. Great stories. And, you know, he's worked a lot with Greg Raleigh. So it's just interesting, and he has a lot of Journey connections too. So go and check out that interview. It was really, really good. What was my point? I forgot what my point is, but there was a point with Steve Perry. I don't know. Do you believe that? Well, it's old people problems. That's what it is. Doing his own thing this is here. I just got it back. Thanks so much. Thank you, God. So Steve Miller. So Ron Wixow is going on tour with Steve Miller to do the Journey and Def Leppard stadium tour. But Steve Miller's also doing a ton of other dates with just the Steve Miller Band. Do you know Steve Miller's going to be 81? 81 years old. And Ron said Steve still sounds fantastic. He said he's still singing in the same key, which doesn't happen with our older singers, right? They can't. I mean, I sound different. It's so funny. I was listening to, I don't know, I heard something from Al, like an old recording from a long time ago, and he sounded like a baby. You know, our voices change over the years. I can go and listen to myself from years ago, and it's mind-boggling how different I sound. So then these guys are singing. You know, they're performing. They're actually, you know, getting paid to do a job. So Steve Miller, you know, again, go listen to that interview with Ron Wixow. Really, really good. He said he sounds great. You know, but Steve Perry, I think, is just such an icon. There's that word again, and an enigma, and a god, and just a person that we look up to so much, and we grew up with. And I really think he's just so smart. But he's done it for himself too, that he stayed out of the public eye for the most part. And if he ever were to make that stage comeback, it's going to be crazy. I don't care what anybody says. It's going to be nuts. Like 70-year-old women are going to be tripping over themselves just to get a glimpse of SP. Peppermint Perry, Springtime Steve. Like they're going to want it. They're going to want a piece of Steve. So, you know, it might take us a while to get to the stage. I'm coming, Steve. I'll be there in 2 days. So it'll take a little bit of time, and we might hurt a hip or something, but we'll get there. And will it happen? I don't know. And Laura said, true. Tony Bennett sang forever and was still great. Very, very true. And Kathy Waddle said, Stevie Nicks still sounds great. She has a vocal coach. I think she sounds amazing. I love Stevie Nicks. I love her too. Michelle said, great interview, Kiki. Nice guy. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. And Sierra said, mainly what I want is those older tunes that he has not recorded yet, right? I mean, maybe that's what he's working on. Who knows? And that would be kind of cool, you know, to get those out in the open. with just him singing, like him singing. And who cares if they're from the 80s? I don't give a crap. I don't care if they're from the 70s. It's just and that's the whole thing with the Effect record. Like I said, oh, maybe I sounded a little harsh last week when I was talking about it. I thought the Effect did a great job. Okay, I'm not saying anything negative about it. I thought it was great. I just all I was saying was that I couldn't really hear Steve. And, if his goal was to just help them with their record, okay, great. But I think it was presented in another type of way, if that makes any sense. Like it was just presented like you were going to hear a big part of Steve on this record because it was like with Steve Perry. So if you think that, just like the Dolly Parton rock star, Open Arms, yeah, that I was disappointed. I thought I was going to hear more Steve. So yeah, if there's some unreleased Steve music, I'm all for it. If it's just Steve singing it, and not other people joining in, I just want to hear Steve. And listen, guys, if we want to hear Steve, we just go listen to the old Journey stuff. That's it. That's all we got to do. Or his solo stuff. But lots of crazy comments. He doesn't sound the same. How do you know? How do you know he doesn't sound the same? You can barely hear him on that. If you're just basing it on that record, you can't even hear anything. You just know he's there. So it was a great interpretation of that song. Yeah, I mean, to me, for the most part, people loved it. Very different than Steve, right? I mean, well, wasn't that the point? Was that they wanted to do their own thing, and I maybe some of us missed that. Maybe I missed that, but I get it. They were doing their own thing. But when you see with Steve Perry, I think we just expect it, right? We were expecting more of Steve because we love him so much. It's just a problem. It's a good problem to have, though. Suzanne said, so in the meantime, I'll keep taking showers with my Steve Perry shower curtain. You know what? And that's what I'm saying. Like, there you go. You just bathe with Steve, listen to old Steve. Well, young Steve, really, really, if you want to be technical about it. And just go back there, where is it? Do I have it? Oh, there it is. Right there. Can you see it? Journey. Greatest hits right there. Still sealed in my frame. I love it. And Kathy said, I bought the Street Talk album on vinyl. I have a couple of copies actually of that. And I'm looking at my record player. I should listen to it. And Laura said, yep, they are rockers with their own sound, right? And good for them, and hopefully, they take off, which I think they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. They don't need to have Steve Perry, but I think it's just cool that he helped them with the record, and him and Trev Lukather are very, very tight and very close. So, hey, it's good. It's all good. And Deej says, I still have my original Street Talk album. That's so cool. It's probably worth $5 million. And imagine if Steve signed it. That's a whole thing. Oh, can we just have an autograph time from him? I don't even care. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't care what he does. Like, if he charged money to just go, I'm telling you, just go out and talk to us, I would pay. I would pay. I would freaking pay. Peter says, I still have my original Street Talk album and paper bag and receipt. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, you got to send a picture of that, Peter. Send a picture of that to the Kiki.fm Facebook page so we can post that, because that's crazy. You have the receipt too? Oh my gosh, I love it. And Deej says, I just want to see him. Sierra says, love a double album with Then and Now. Deej says, oh, Peter. Peter says, I will. Good. Make sure Kiki.fm Facebook page, please do. And we'll post that. That's insane. I love that. So yeah, we are just Steve Perry lovers. Let's see if there's anything else in this article that was worth mentioning here. Let's see. So, yep, Traces was his first album in 25 years. And fans around the world were thrilled to have their voice of a generation making new music once again. Isn't that the truth? The voice of a generation. He is the voice. He is known as the voice. Let's see. And in 2019, Perry told the Jim Brickman Show that the response to Traces had been really great. It's been an interesting experience to release a record in this age that we live in, meaning it's such a different landscape. Isn't that the truth? Now we're streaming and we've got everything, all this stuff. And so it's been such an interesting experience to release music into the new landscape of what it all means. We're streaming, we're still selling some on iTunes. Nobody sells records anymore. Everybody's streaming. But I didn't do this to sell records. And he doesn't need to sell, he doesn't need to. If people want to own it and take it with them, then that's beautiful. But if you want to listen to it, that's also beautiful. Because all I wanted to do, and I said this to many of my friends, the reason I make music again was number one, to keep a promise that I wouldn't go back into isolation. And number two, I wanted to just see if I was viable as a songwriter, singer, arranger, mixer, producer. I wanted to see if I could even remotely do some sort of creative involvement with all of that. And in the beginning, it was challenging because of the new technologies, but now I've embraced the living crap out of all of it. I have a great studio. And we all know that Steve's girlfriend, Kelly, died in December of 2012 after being diagnosed with breast cancer. And he mourned for 2 years and then began recording again. And she wanted him to make the promise that he would not stay isolated. And let's see. Traces entered the Billboard 200 album chart at number 6, Perry's highest debut as a solo artist, and earned the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, his best ever chart entries in the UK, Germany, Canada, and Japan. Isn't that nuts? Like how that can happen after all of those years? Foghat, too. They just got their first number one with Sonic Mojo. Isn't that nuts? Debuted at number 1. And Perry reunited with Journey for the first time in years as they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in April of 2017. The iconic singer appeared on stage with his former bandmates as they each gave speeches but did not perform with the group later in the event. Again, like I said, he doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to do anything. So whatever he chooses to do, like I said, am I hanging on to that piece of string that he's going to be putting out, a tour? No, I'm not. If it happens, fantastic. If something happens, fantastic. And it might be a little something. Might be. World tour, US tour, doubt it. I just don't see it happening. He would have done it already. That's my thought. Bye, Roberta. Love you. Nighty-night. And let's see. Sierra says, I believe he's been playing on that group's album because he's already there, probably to record his stuff and the way to keep everyone in check and find out what he's up to. Good point. Graham says the best thing is that Steve seems happy and excited about his new project, which is cool. And Laura says, I love that Steve is out there doing his thing. Yeah. Yeah. And he loves the music, and that's when these artists are at this stage, they just love it for the music and they love it for the fans. And also, Lou Gramm, I just saw something posted before I came on the air and he said, get your tickets now because after this year, I'm not performing anymore. So now we know that Lou said this a few years ago, but I really think this might be it for Lou Gramm. I'm looking at Lou too. He's on my wall. So if Lou Gramm is coming near you with Bret Michaels and Party Gras, or just a Lou Gramm and the All-Star Band, or even Lou Gramm with Steve O'Jerry and John Payne, or Lou and John, or Lou and Steve, go see it. Go see the show because this may be it. And We are going to a show in July. I am very excited. I mean, again, Lou is doing it because he loves it. He loves it, and I think it's gonna be hard for him to give it up. I really do. I really, really, really do. I think it's gonna be a difficult transition for him because he loves his fans so much, and he's such a gentleman. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, he loves talking to everybody. It's just great. So Kathy Waddle said, "I will see Jerry in July in Waco, Texas. My daughter is moving to Waco. Do you believe that? Next week she'll be next week, the end of next week, I think. She'll start traveling there. Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, I know Lou, right? No, she's going from Myrtle Beach to Waco for a job. Like, oh, just move farther away from us. It's fine, And I'm looking at flights going, what the? They're way more expensive than going to Myrtle Beach. But you know what? And it's still a layover. I always thought from Rhode Island to Myrtle Beach, you wouldn't have a layover. There is no nonstop flights from Rhode Island to Myrtle Beach. Now it's the same thing with Waco, Texas. I'm like, oh my gosh. I can't. Oh, Candy said maybe I should get a little toy that vibrates with Steve's face on it. We don't need to know what you do. That's great, Candy. That's great. And Kathy said, fly into DFW and rent a car. Is that Dallas? You mean Dallas Fort Worth? Like Laura said, naughty girl Candy. And Peter's going, Candy. I know, right? Like, woo, that was a rough one, Candy. That was like, ooh. So guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for spending your Friday night with little old me and everybody. You're all spending it together, right? If you have not checked out my other channel, Kiki Room, once I get to 50 subscribers, I have 2 more subscribers, then I can go live on my phone, which is like you can watch me plant or something. I'll do something over there. But yeah, so I get to 50 subscribers. I need 2 more subscribers and then I can go live. It's at Kiki Room and that's just personal life stuff. No makeup most of the time. I talk about my clutter problems, my planting my pants problems, like all just personal stuff, like if I go out or something. So if you like that type of thing and you care about anything I do personally, go over there and check it out. So I hope that you guys have an amazing weekend. I hope the weather is great for you. I really do. Thank you for being here as always. I really appreciate it very, very much. You guys are great. You're playing nice with each other and you love each other and I love seeing that. So guys, remember to listen to Kiki.fm free in the App Store. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Please hit the like button. YouTube likes that. Thank you for your comments because YouTube likes that too, believe it or not. All the interaction, it helps my channel grow and grow and grow and get us out to more people and just be able to talk and chat about what we want. Peter, please send us that picture because we're posting it. And it's just crazy to believe that you still have the receipt and the paper bag came in. I'm loving that. So guys, I love you, love you, love you. Mwah. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. And I will see you soon. Bye guys. Love you.